Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a best of 2 scrim that I've got for you today. We're going for 3 days in a row now, and this time it's not going to be TSP, it's going to be Dadless versus Urbvn, two established team. However, both teams have made multiple roster moves and a few trials. Last time we saw these two teams play each other, it was in the TEG Group D, Urbvn's last game, as they played 2 in week 2. And it was a 7-3 on Villa to the side of Stutters to Dadless. However, of course, lots and lots of changes. Dadless have lost Aries or Farmer Colin and also Cobra Rosen. And Red has built an entirely different Urbvn lineup, as we've got Zico, who is fairly new. And I believe they're also going to be trialling Fergal, previously on GG Well Played. However, he's made the transition to trial out for Urbvn, so it should be a good one. Both teams opting to attack first on their maps. Map 1 is Theme Park, and Dadless decided to attack first, and Map 2 is Coastline, and Urbvn decided to attack first. So thank you all for being in chat. We'll just wait for the final 4 players to join, as the only 2 players, actually the only player that played on the side of Urbvn last time these two teams met was Red, as I believe the lineup was also AS was on it, Techno was on it. I'm trying to remember who else was it. It was also, I want to say Profits. Profits was on it, and I believe Noticed was no, he had left by that point. Can't remember the last player, which is kind of bad. But yeah, so entirely different lineup. That's what I'm trying to say. It was Zim. That was it. Zimula. Entirely different lineup. However, the side of Dadless, who have just come out of a 2-0 loss to the Venga Boys in TG upper bracket semi-finals. 4 players returned from that match, being Jamor, Manny, Skyfaller and Juxi. However, Pasna is going to take over the spot of God Zach. So it'll be interesting. I believe Pasna is fairly new, as they lost their IGL in Cobra Rosen, and they lost their team owner in Aries. As we just wait on, I believe it's Fergal and Priya we're waiting for from the side of Urbvn. So although these two teams have faced each other before, it is an entirely different lineup. That is what I'm trying to say. Sweel, thank you for being in chat, doing your modding duties. So we are now just waiting on Priya, and then we can jump back in. Thank you all for joining. I have some exciting news to share with you as well. I've been recently added to the casting team of Nevermore Season 2. So very excited to work with the UIU boys. I worked with them previously before on the UIU Riot roster. However, I'm now able to cast for them, and I'm looking very excited. I would like to thank Toot for the offer, as it's very much appreciated. We have just got a leave from Fergal. I believe he's probably just taking some skins off or something. Priya has joined back. So as I was saying before, these two teams have played each other, however, very, very different lineups. So we just got to wait for every player to ready up, and we can jump into map 1 of Theme Park. Both teams picked their map and first side. Both teams picked to attack first on their map. Of course, the second map is Coastline, and both teams have played that fairly recently, as we saw Dadless play it yesterday against Venga, and which they lost. But we also saw, it wasn't casted, but Urbvn played GG Well Played on it in a scrim and won 7-1. So they're going to be fairly happy with that. All players have readied up, and we can jump into map 1 of Theme Park. Any players in the chat, please leave. No stream sniping. It's not fun for anyone. Typical bans we see Thatcher and Monty, fairly the common bans now, because Monty of course is so very strong, and Thatcher is just an annoyance to the defenders. We may expect the Kaid ban. It's Kaid very strong on armory, and if you keep a Thatcher on the board, it can be very annoying. As soon as I say that, Urbvn do ban the Thatcher, so we may see a Kaid ban later on. And we'll see the next attacker ban. I'm expecting a Monty, however, who knows. It's going to be a Jackal. This suggests to me that Dadless are going to want to roam a lot. They have a very aggressive team, so roamers, their ability to roam will be much better without the annoyance of Jackal. Looking at the Urbvn lineup, I'm not sure who would play Jackals. They're a very aggressive lineup as well. As it's going to be a mute ban, I feel like that may... Actually, that can't be a target ban, never mind. So that's going to basically force Kaid to be in play, no mute. So it's going to probably be Kaid and Bandit as your support. Skyfaller plays a lot of mute, so it's interesting to see Dadless ban him out. And we're finally going to see a Clash ban. Clash, a pain for everybody involved. Of course, if you're new around here, before we jump in, I'll just do a cheeky bit of self-promo. If you're new, please feel free to drop a follow. Trying to get affiliated. Very close, so any help would be appreciated. Of course, Urbvn defending first. They're going to go to Armory Throne. So I'll just write this down. In the event of a rehost, we're going to see a Goyo, Bandit, Jaeger, Kaid, Vigil, Jamal going to be on the Blackbeard. That's interesting because Manny's usually your Blackbeard player if you're on Dadless. So it'll be interesting to see him on the Ash. If you watched the game yesterday between Wenger and Dadless, Pazner was not eligible to play as he was added to the roster slightly too late. But we did see Juxi, Jamal and Jamal, fragging out quite heavily. So they're going to be looking to recreate their past success. So we see the Urbvn lineup right now. They're going to be able to electrify every main wall. Reinforced. We do see Eastern Barrel reinforced. Anyway, Red going to be on the Goyo. Interesting with this roster because it's quite an aggressive lineup. Red's gone to a more supportive role. As I can give you that information. On the Goyo here, Goyo a very fun operator. And the ability to put these Goyos on the doorway is going to create sort of a stall for the attackers, and it's going to allow Priya to play safely in Throne. He is currently AFK, which is not fun. However, he's got his Kaid up, and he can just wait for the attackers to try and destroy it. No Thatcher, of course. No Maverick being brought either. You often see a Maverick just in case. However, they do bring the Zafir, and it's going to be Pazner who's in charge of making sure this Kaid gets removed. He is going to be able to trick it as well, as we see the maintenance walls reinforced. Going to be a top clear, as Fergal's going to be roaming above, as is Apollo. So the Vigil and Jaeger are going to be looking for some kills, as it's a hard entry through cash. Fortunately, Apollo has been droned out. He has been pinged. He's going to be quite trapped now as Fergal makes himself known. The attackers now know that there are two of the Urbvn players. Apollo is trapped, but he's able to waste a lot of time. Jamal's just going to be watching if he tries to peek. Fergal's going to be watching to cover as well. So Urbvn roamers are in a nice position to create a crossfire. However, Apollo peeks and Juxi goes down, but Pazner gets Fergal as well. Roam game has been eliminated. Priya is ready. Trick. Vertical coming out. C4 gets thrown from Red as well. And while the attackers may have top floor control, as we know from Armory Throne, it's a very difficult site to push. As the Ash shoots some bullets. Actually, it was Zico, sorry, shooting the MP7 bullet. But no hard breach of being... As soon as I say that, I realise there is a Habana. However, Skyfaller is going to be unable to breach any walls as of yet. Manny, though, getting the pistol confirmed onto Red. It's now Zico and Priya, the two electrical denial operators, against 5 attackers. Juxi just going to peek. Look for the Kaid, but Priya finds his head first. Vicious Galora. Zico gets one as well. It's now a 3v2. And the attackers have somehow brought, defenders have brought this back. However, Skyfaller finds Zico. It's all left up to Priya, and he's going to go down to Jamor. A victory there for Dadless. Got to put it down to the roamers dying fairly early. However, good try from the anchors to almost bring it back. So we are going to see Armory once again. This is a scrim. This is going to be to try and perfect strats. And it's going to be an identical lineup being brought once again. They're going to probably try and make sure their roamers stay up. However, who knows as of yet. If you want to put anything in chat, then feel free to. Reminder once again, if you are a player, please leave. As otherwise you could put your team in a lot of trouble. So Dadless winning the first Armory round. They're going to try and win this one as well, as I just quickly write this down. Okay, so are we going to see any different setup? I think the setup seemed to be fine. I think it came down to the roamers dying fairly early. They're in an awkward position as the attackers have sort of forced them into cross angles, and it just didn't work out. So it looks like same reinforcements going off. As yeah, Priya's going to camp in the same position. Zico going to do the same walls as well.
10 seconds remaining.
And we'll see how the roamers try and counteract the hard push. So it was a cash entry last time. Is it going to be a cash entry again? It is. All 5 members of the new Dadless are going to spawn there instead. However, Apollo getting ready for a run out. This could be very, very good, as that attacker did not see him at all. He's going to run out here. He's going to look for the Nomad. However, going to run back in as the Nomad turned away at the right moment. The last possible second, Juxi escaping with his life, as it's going to be only Fergal roaming above. As now the attackers start to repel up. Actually, Apollo has come up, and he's going to make some bullet holes. We saw him hold here last time. How the bullet holes are going to try and be to deter the attackers. Fergal's getting ready to be in a similar position. Going to try and shoot the drones. They know there are 2 roamers up here once again, as Apollo going to be in a bit of a gunfight. He's going to unfortunately miss the drone there. But however, one of the attackers has been spotted. Pazner's been spotted. Manny's going to make his way towards the Jaeger. So the attempted wall back to Apollo, as Fergal gets the opening kill onto Pazner, and Apollo gets the next onto Manny. Apologies for the little lag spike there. Jamor gets taken to fairly low health. He loses a shield in the process. He's got 1 left, however. Ooh, Apollo doesn't see the Nomad, who is prone. Juxi gets the kill onto him, as Fergal running away with his life. He's done a good roam. They both did much, much better. As if any of those 2 you want to die first, it's going to be the Jaeger, as his utility is down. And now the attackers are in a bit of an issue. They've lost their 2 soft support players, so they're going to have to just breaching charge in. Not good. So it looks like it may be an entry. However, this Goyo shield could pretty much stall them out. Fergal's mere existence is stalling them out as well, as Juxi's going to be making his way down the arcade stairs. Going to start placing some air jabs. He knows that Fergal is somewhere around. Moore's actually going to shoot the bandits there. However, they do have a Kaidis. That Nitro was so very close to him from Zico. Juxi's just going to force Fergal inside drug. Fergal going to see the head there, gets the kill onto Juxi. He's got a double kill. And the roamers now, they were the thorn in the side for the attackers, ironically, last time. Now they're the thorn in the side of the defenders, as Jamor and Skyfaller have to get 4 kills from members of Urbvn who are fairly high health. Priya knows there's one nearby, sorry, as Jamor found red, Zico found Skyfaller, and it all went down to time as Fergal and Apollo. What a roam game they had that round. Apologies for the bit of a server lag there. Not much I could really do about that. So we are going to bunk daycare next. Once again guys, this is a scrim. Every result take with a pinch of salt. Both teams have made a lot of roster moves, trialing players. So we expect to see if they lose the first site, they're going to try and make a tweak, and a tweak Urbvn made. They went for the aggressive start and it halted the attackers from pushing above. We were going to see the Echo and we're going to see a dock. Skyfaller goes from Fuse to Hibana. He's often played the so interested the mute ban from Dadless. And he's also going to take Diffuser. So we're going to have our first look at dock. Techno asking what the scoreboard's saying. Well, we've got Jamal and Juxi, both with 2 kills. Jamal hasn't died yet as it was around 1 on time. And Zico and Fergal both have 2 kills as well. Red, the only person not to find a kill. However, he was on the Goyo and his shields, of course, are very, very strong. We're going to see this nice shield placement from Apollo. He is most likely going to play here as Red, getting ready to shoot the drones, and actually that's from the floor below the outlines. So what we've seen a lot with on theme park is you want to defend, especially on the top floor, the site you're on, you want to defend the other site as well. So you often see when you're defending bunk, you hold and have some sort of bunk hold as well. And it's not really something you see with other maps. As Priya on the castle now. Red just gonna barricade it. They have made the catwalk rotation. And Apollo going to be in a good position. Red's actually going to hold. Is he making bullet holes? That could be fairly dirty if he is. It seems like he is. However, nobody going near Cafe, it seems. This is going to be a cash push once again. So Red is going to be the person who's trying to stall this. He's going to get Angle into cash. Going to get the drone. A breaching charge has been set off as Fergal is below. Do they know about this? None of the attackers are below. And no claymores have been brought either. They have, sorry. Pasna's brought one. Red's got to be careful as he's going to place some barbed wire down. Some money. It's Jamal, sorry. Blackbeard, I'm so used to on it. As the Blackbeard goes to server. Nobody's holding initiation as of yet. And Jamal has just pushed in there. Red is just gonna try and see the head of Pasna, and that he does. Jamal, though, is in initiation, gonna look for the dock. So there has been a ping. And Red, he's in a difficult position. He has been shot from multiple angles. However, he does go down as they opened up multiple angles to force him out. However, wasting over half the round and to only lose the dock is not that much of an issue. Pasna and Apollo now gonna be in an interesting position. However, Pasna gets shot from Fergal on the vigil from below as he's using that bottom stairs to see anybody trying to push up. Pasna's on very, very low health. And now we see the defenders rotate towards this position. The wall gets opened up from behind and Apollo is forced to move. He's actually going to play behind the shield as the flashbang goes off. He is going to be stuck by the vending machine. However, his mid-presence stops the attackers from moving. Fergal's got a very nice angle if they go through catwalk. And Apollo is going to get lit up there. He's going to see the Hibana turn away at possibly the worst time, unfortunately for him. And Fergal is being chased by Juxi. And go down to Juxi. And it's now Zico and Priya. Zico gets one. Can he get another? Priya goes down to Skyfaller. However, Zico goes down as well. Jamal picks up the final kill and Dadless take a second round. As I think we saw there, Apollo turning around at possibly the worst time. If he held the angle, he may have been able to finally pick onto Skyfaller. However, Pasna was left very, very low, so it wasn't all bad for the defenders. They're going to go to bunk once again. I'm going to bring the same lineup. So no 6 picks from the look of it. And it's going to be the same attacker lineup, same defender lineup, same attacker lineup as we've seen every single round. So not a big surprise as of yet. We'll probably see a very similar setup as we saw from before, just a few slight position changes most likely. As Fergal, we saw from below, he had a very good roam game, got Pasna really low, Juxi just came up behind him. As we see a very, very similar setup being created.
Bomb located by attackers.
We see Apollo throw and Magnet as we just have a look at this setup.
5 seconds remaining.
It's going to be an identical setup to before, and Zico is going to bandit these two this time, as that was probably losing this wall. Was probably the thing, the most costly moment for the defenders. The attackers are doing an identical thing once again, probably going to go for a cash take. It's becoming fairly predictable as Pasna opens 2 punches the window on the top of Dragon, and it looks like Red is going to play in a more office position, as he was on catwalk last time. However, not going to be on him this time. We do hear the hatch get destroyed. Juxi drones out as Fergal's going to be holding up here now this time. So we saw him roam below before, but once again Red is going to be the thing, or the person, sorry, that stops any office take. He's going to reposition, and he's got Fergal to back him up. Fergal's been, well, an urban roamer's been playing in initiation the entire time. Hopefully he doesn't make a mistake for his team and push it, as office control is forfeited, which means Fergal is very much stuck now. There is 2 players watching. It's been air jabbed, and Red's going to try and stop them from finding Fergal, but to no avail as Pasna finds him. Red eats a bullet as well. Apollo's in this position once again, as now he knows there's one by catwalk. At least the drone gets destroyed. The Zephyr's going to peek it. The Zephyr's going to go down. Apollo with the kill there. He's going to prone now. That's going to stop any attackers once again. And once again, they are now stuck. They either have to come through a cross angle, the double wall away, C4 comes out, gets shot there, or they have to go through catwalk. Either way, defenders are watching it. So Urbvn making use of all these crossfires as Apollo once again going to throw a magnet, and Manny is going to try and peek him, it seems. He's just going to shoot. They don't really know where he is, as he's prone now. They think he's left that position. Are they going to send Jamal this time to try and peek it? They're going to break open into cafeteria to shoot through, as Zico finds Juxi. As I said, these cross angles were quite effective, and I've got to say they have been very effective, as Zico eats a few bullets from Jamal, as Red positions himself to see the Ash. Down goes Manny. Zico with the double kill onto Skyfaller, and it's Jamal in a 1v4 now. Red's just going to want to finish it. He's going to see the black bit. Is he going to peek it? He is. He goes down, but reses himself straight back up. And Jamal, he's going to go for the res.
15 seconds left.
And they are in a difficult position, as Red is just waiting now.
10 seconds to go.
And the cross angles have worked out very, very well, as Manny is going to get taken out by Apollo, and Urbvn win their second try on their second site. Techno asking what were the bans then. It was a Thatcher, Jackal, Mute and Clash ban. I've got to say, Urbvn been making use. As soon as if Urbvn are allowed to set up cross angles, they become very, very strong. We're going to Armory once again. As once again, if you keep Apollo in that position on that Wamai, it seems to stall out the attackers. As Jamal's going to go onto the Finker. Are we going to to the Maverick? Sorry. He might have a hard time trying to find the Kaid on that maintenance wall. However, he will be able to find the Bandit. Yet all we saw when attacking, when they were attacking Armory, was Priya only using one Electro Claw, and it was on the walls he's reinforcing right now. Server maintenance, saving the other for a trick. However, by banditing the others or muting them, depending on which operator you bring, you force the Maverick to use up all of his flamethrowers on those two walls, because they're easier to open, and the most important wall on this site is left Kaided. Where is this Kaid charge, by the way? It's at the top. The only worry there is if somebody destroys it from a breaching charge. However, you need to be able to avoid the Maverick. So, are we going to see the defenders roam very similarly? We are going to see Fergal making punch holes into cafeteria. And he's going to go into bunk. So they are going to play more back, as they were playing very front heavy. As soon as I say that, Apollo makes his way back to his position. However, this time he's not going to hold right by the wall. He's going to hold by the archway, as it's going to look like a cash take once again, as we had yet to see anybody push maintenance at all, as it's always all five going towards server and cash. That is fairly standard, to be fair. However, you often see somebody at least going maintenance, as Fergal and Apollo are there, and Apollo got the kill onto Jamal. I didn't expect anybody get a kill immediately. Jamal just running on in, and now all that denial is safe. Fergal knows there are people nearby, and once again he's going to play the sidekick to Apollo. They're going to be refragging off each other. So Apollo, I've got to say, is causing so many issues with his position. And he's actually going to be able to move into by the archway where we saw him before. Fergal is just going to watch onto that Dragon 90. Apollo, though, gets taken down by Manny. As he escapes with his life. Manny just pre-fires towards him, as Fergal is going to run back into Drug. He worked wonders there last time, and by allowing him to get away, the attackers are in a difficult position. Manny's actually just dropped. He reckons he's in Drug, as he was in Drug before, but does Fergal know he's there? He most likely does, judging by where he's aiming. He's in a very good position. Oh, the floor's been opened up just in front of him. He's got to rush into. He eats one bullet from the AK-74.
Attackers have located a bomb.
But once again, Fergal's allowed to just run away, as Zico finds the kill onto Manny, peeks it. And he's going to see another one. That is Juxi, I believe. Yes, it is. He is on the Nomad. He's worked it so far. However, Zico's run back, and this time the wall is being opened up. However, Red in a very, very strong position, as Skyfall equalises things with the kill onto Fergal. As Fergal had gone into Gong, if that's what you want to call it. They know Red is nearby. However, Zico is covering anybody trying to flank. They're going to look through the drone hole. As, oh no, you expose yourself to the door. Zico gets a double. He does recognise that somebody else is there. Is Zico on that bandit, working wonders so far. The last X-Kairos goes off, and some were shot, I believe. C4 goes out. Juxi surviving on very low health. Downs Red, however, Priya is there waiting. They're going to notice anybody pushing in. Priya finds the lovely headshot onto Juxi, and it's all left up to Skyfaller. Skyfaller won't have time to plant, most likely. The revolver comes out. Everybody's having a bit of a potato fest. However, Urbvn take this round once again. And once again, it came down to the roamers picking off early kills. I've got to say, both teams have impressed me so far. So this is shaping up to be quite an exciting matchup, as Zico going 7-2, KD of 3.5. As it's Jamal and Skyfaller, both with a KD of 2, going 4-2. As it's going to be Initiation, your typical third site, and of course, as they can't go to any others apart from Drug, they're going to go to Initiation. We're going to see Apollo on the Wamai once again. So we're going to see Fergal on the Bandit this time, and Zico on the Mozzie. Priya back on his Kaid. As we see an identical lineup being brought as last time, Jamal going to hopefully not die as soon as he jumped in. And even though the roamers of Urbvn, being Apollo and Fergal, played in the same positions as of every other time they've roamed above, the attackers of Dadless just couldn't force them out of position. which allowed them to get a kill, and then Apollo got refragged. However, he had placed all his utility down, so it's not like you would have lost anything important aside from the weapon. And of course, if you have to pick between Jaeger, who's placed all his utility down, or Vigil, who you'd rather die, it's going to be the Jaeger. So we see bandits here. We've got double denial, so that means they can get all 8 of these standard potential breaches, as Apollo's going to hold in the same position once again. And we're going to see Zico playing the Mozzie. He's actually going to roam this time. He's going to hold in bunk. As we see Fergal, he's going to chill by Cash. They've entered Cash multiple times. However, this time they recognise its initiation and are going to try and take Cafeteria. However, once again, Urbvn have some sort of crossfire with Zico capturing a drone there onto Upper Arcade, and also the Wamai of Apollo, who's going to look for anybody jumping in as well. So, and especially as Fergal is roaming, if he runs down below, he will be able to find a kill. They recognise Apollo's playing in the same position, and he's going to basically stop them as he gets the cheeky kill onto Manny. Manny not looking the right way, as Zico is now also peeking as well. Apollo's really looking for this Maverick kill. Can he find it? He can. It's a double for the round as he hears the wall get destroyed onto Catwalk, as Zico finds his first kill of the round onto Juxi, as Pazna is taken low. However, finally ends the reign of terror. That is Apollo. And now it's a 4v2. Urbvn in a very strong position, as Zico is now on the crossfire of anyone coming in. C4 goes out. Does it find anything? No. That metal guardrail saving Skyfaller's life, as Zico using that Ronnie's fast fire rate to his advantage. Where is Fergal? Fergal still chilling down in Dragon. He's going to look for any late rotate. However, Zico, who's just sat droning, is working wonders for his team, as Pazna and Skyfall are very much stuck, and Apollo's position once again caused major issues, as he managed to get 2 there when he really shouldn't have after he was droned out. As Zico shoots a drone there, he's been spotted. However, he's in a difficult position to push, as Pazna is actually going to look forward into sight. He's actually going to drop down connector hatch. I'm not sure whether he thought it was open or not. So we also see Zico getting a double kill as Skyfaller tried to peek him. That's the diffuser down. All left up to Pazna. Can he find anything? He knows the Mozzie is somewhere nearby, sorry. As the Mozzie is going to run camp diffuser now, as Pazna is very much stuck. And even though the roamers seem isolated, as they've been castled out here, Zico and Pazna are gonna both be looking for this kill. Pazna needs to find the kill because he's also got to plant. I've got to say, it's not looking in his favour, as all 4 members of Urbvn are at full health. And the castle barricade, sorry, gets destroyed, and it's going to be Red who's going to look for peek. However, Zico gets his 3rd of the round, and Urbvn win their defensive half 4-2. So a shaky start. However, they got initiation right first time, whereas the other sites, they got it second try. Good, strong operator lineup and positioning. The cross angles, once again, working out in their favour. And once Manny ran past, I'm not sure whether he was trying to bait out Apollo to peek, and Jamor could get the kill on him. However, it didn't work out, as unfortunately for both of them, Apollo killed them with his AUG. We're going to see Armory first. Let me just write that this is Dadless's defense. We are going to see Armory thrown. Your typical standard first sight, especially if there's no Thatcher. However, what I've noticed is no Kaid is being brought. Flaminiguana asking whose map is this. This is Dadless's map. They also picked to attack first. Urbvn's map is Coastline, and they picked to attack first as well. Skyfaller back on the supportive role. Often see him on the mute, but no mute. But what I'm noticing is there are 6 walls here that you often want to put some sort of denial on. By bringing the bandit only, you can only deny 4 of them, and that's without tricking. This yellow wall is pretty much a guarantee, because as soon as an attacker opens that up, this entire armory site becomes almost impossible to defend, aside from your little cubby there by stove and on the tables or whatever these are, containers on the hard right and left of that doorway of those walls respectively. So we're going to see a Jaeger and a Wamai, so they're going to try and get all sorts of grenade denial. We've actually seen red on the Kali, as I have missed that. Apologies there. That's not something you see every day. Jamal's actually going to run away. However, he does expect somebody to be near him, that he's going to be on the roam duty. As the two currently in connector or split. So we see Priya on the Thermite as Zico is going to push into cafeteria. They know this entire western side is clear. And the only pressure that the defenders have on this top floor is on the Dragon connector. And that is Jamal, as Apollo and Fergal have droned him out. And are they going to try and force Jamal, into either of their lines of sight, as he's actually forced to drop, as Fergal and Apollo could have threatened a crossfire. However, Apollo isn't even needed, as the L85A2 of Fergal is just going to be scary enough. Was that a C4 going out? It was. Is it going to find anything? It's actually been pre-placed. Fergal's going to be making connector. Priya pops hatch. He's also going to use his... Oh, the C4 gets the injure onto Fergal. He is in a safe enough position to crawl away, as it's going to be Apollo to pick him up. As we look, Zico's in maintenance. And he's just going to face check that, clear it all out. As there is a hole there. Is he going to pretend to pop a grenade? He's going to be looking for anybody to run past, as he's going to run towards Dragon and Bathroom 90. Jamal is in Drug Lab, and he is very much stuck. However, Juxie's the only one who could potentially try and help, but a grenade going in there would force him out, and also would force, as actually Jamal got the kill there, as he gets the double as Red charges in with the SPS MG. Jamal getting two there, not a lot of health lost as well. Priya is going to look, as these two bandits have been either destroyed or picked up. They have been destroyed, as the Thermite charge goes off. Skyfall is not in a position to bandit trick, sorry. And now it's going to be Apollo's turn to look for Jamal, as he is very much in the same position as Fergal, is just continuing to destroy. However, all five defenders up, as Juxie gets the kill and Jamal gets one as well. Priya got the refrag onto Juxie, but Skyfaller gets the final one, and Dadless win their first defense round. Unfortunately, it was mainly down to the individual pushes of Jamal, as we've seen Urbvn put crossfires to such good use, so if they could have pulled one off there, we may not have seen Jamal get both of them. We are going to see Bunk Daycare, your standard second site. Jamal's going to be on a more supportive role this time, as he is on the castle. Red once again on the Kali, as I'm assuming he's going to play outside onto the terrace and try and get some nice angles down Far Cry or Upper Arcade, depending on how you want to call it. Juxie back on the Wamais. Skyfaller on a SAS shotgun, not the mute, but the smoke instead. Manny going to be on the bandit, as Pazna is on the Jaeger. The one scrim I casted with Pazna in it, I believe it was a Tyrant Gaming scrim. He was either on Tyrant or playing against them, and he was often on the Jaeger. So back on those sort of fragging rolls. Let's have a look after 7 rounds. Jamal going into 7 and 3, but Zico going 10 and 3 for Urbvn. So we can see a difference in kills there. Apollo and Zico getting a lot at the moment. Red Hover currently bottom fragging along with Manny on Dadless, but once again Scrim results take a bit of a pinch of salt, as we see once again we see a hold in initiation from a potential from the Bunk Daycare site, I mean to say, and we're going to see a cash take most likely. However, you've got plenty of destruction to take care of the castles, so they're much less of a nuisance. Sorry, as it's going to be. How is Juxi gonna? Juxi's gonna play in cafeteria. Okay, I saw a shield just then. Is once again cash take. We saw Dadless seem to love doing cash takes. As with Priya, they could breach this wall open. All of a sudden, the defenders are in a lot of trouble. As Fergal and Red both dropped server. Red's gone onto Dragon stairs, and Apollo droning once again. He's most likely going to breaching charge it as he has the breaches. Claymore being placed down. As pop goes the castle barricade, and now all the defenders have been forced near or on site. Hassan's playing on the reverse shield here. There's a very nice spot. However, he looks away as I believe it's Fergal, indeed it is, who's very, very close to him. We saw this choke being the downfall of Dadless when they were attacking. We'll see if it works better for Red. As Apollo actually gets Jamal. That's the roam game gone. Great acting on intel from Apollo, as I was focused on this attempted bandit trick here. As Manny's actually going to get that off. As Apollo gets a double kill onto Juxi. I need to turn around and have a look at this guy, because while that bandit trick is going on, he's waltzing around underneath. Can he get a triple onto the Jaeger of Pazna there? Yes, he can. Apollo's gone for the triple. Can he get the quad? Any more kills? He's going to see the bandit. He gets the quad kill. Can he get the ace? He's looked fire all so far this game. Can he get the final one to work wonders, as Red's going to take a few bullets from Skyfaller? However, Priya's going to end any hope of an Apollo ace. And Urbvn get a flawless round attacking Bunk. I've got to put that down to the ability of Apollo to just waltz down underneath, get a 4K, and not really face much resistance. They sort of went into him one at a time, which if any team does that, that's often a very bad decision, because all you're doing is feeding kills. We saw it when Jamal was fed kills chilling in round 7. He was chilling in bathroom, as we actually see initiation, so no second attempt at Bunk. As we saw him, he got Zika on the Nomad, then got Red on the Kali. And I gotta say, that was a dominant round from Urbvn. Flawless round. There were definitely mistakes made from Dadless, as after Apollo got the kill onto Pazna, he just sort of walked into Bunk, and Manny wasn't looking his way. Maybe a call came out, I don't know. He was sort of looking at the wall, and it was just a free kill for Apollo, and then Skyfaller, I believe, was left all on his own. So we're actually going to have our first look at Mira. It's a Mira strat here, that's very nice. You don't often see them made because she's often banned. So this is very much preventing a cash take. Where is her other one in place? I'm having a look. It's okay, this is very much, if she puts a mirror there, it's very much an Eastern denial. As we see Jamal reinforce these two walls. This is very much denying an Eastern push. Which, unlucky, there they are. Unlucky for them, the attackers are all pushing cafeteria. So, unfortunate there that it's may not going to work out, especially as the mirrors have been placed. Let's have a look for roamers. Jamal once again going to be on the roamer, and he's going to go straight back upstairs onto the Jaeger, droned out by Zico. And Priya going to use his second drone, as we see Red and Priya doing what they want on the drones. As once again, Apollo just going to waltz on into sight. His gun skills been very good so far. So all he's going to do is just have a look for anybody who's peeking what they maybe shouldn't. As we see Pazna's on the castle this time, so he's gone from a fragger to a supportive role fairly quick. Apollo then drones at initiation. He's going to notice it's clear. Actually, he's going to potentially notice that Pazna back behind that mirror. And Jamal is the roamer. He's looking like he's going to go for a late flank, as Fergal now almost making his way through cafeteria. as now all attackers are in this building. Priya, he's actually going to use this. I do like this because it's going to destroy this corner edge of the wall here. And it's going to prevent a bandit trick. And it's actually going to give Apollo a very nice angle. I thought it was to prevent a bandit trick because Apollo's going to see that head. However, Zico going to see that body of Pazna. Castle goes down. And Zico does exchange a lot of bullets with him. However, Jamal's roam game is ended early once again, as it's Fergal this time going to find the kill as Skyfaller on very low health. And Apollo's just sort of juggling these positions very well. Zico finds Skyfaller. That's his double kill for the round. And now this mirror in the shotgun hole in the wall going to stop Apollo on his forced entry. And Red's actually gone behind now. So they could potentially plant if Priya rotates round. However, that's going to take some time as he's now going to go get the plant down as Manny gets the kill onto Fergal. Can he get the kill onto Zico? He can. And now it's a 2v3 as Red and Priya. It started off so well for Urban and it's fallen apart. Priya got to juggle multiple angles. He's going to see Manny get the kill onto him as well. And now it's a 1v2 as it's Juxi who's left alone. He's going to find that headshot onto Red. And he's got under 20 seconds to find the kill onto Priya. And also the defuse. Priya's actually going to fire a bullet at him and Juxi's taken to one bullet. However, the Vector has a high rate of fire, whereas the assault rifle does not. He's going to get air jabbed. Priya's going to then reposition. He's going to get the kill onto Priya. However, can he find a diffuser? He can't find it in time. It is unfortunate for Juxi as it's going to run out there. And Urban pick up that round. They brought it. They had a great lead. It was brought back by the side of Dadless before Red and Priya brought it back to Urban. Juxi got the 2 kills he needed, however just couldn't find that diffuser. And very unfortunate for Dadless. It was definitely a close round as Urban now are on match point. They are 6-3 up, but it is going to be the site Dadless won, which is Armory. It's going to be Armory once again. I've got to say, even though it's a 6-3 scoreline, these rounds have been close for the most part. That last round especially. However, there have been rounds like Urban's flawless round that haven't, but the majority, I do have to say, have been fairly close. Red going to be bringing that Carly once again, but Juxi's going to say goodbye to Mozzie. He's going to be on that Bandit. We've seen him have a lot of past success on that Bandit. I think we all know that one clip coming to mind, that 3k clutch with the defuse onto Cafe, which ended up having a 4k for the round. We all know the clip if we've watched casters such as Toot. So he's going to try and recreate some success here. I believe it was Skyfaller who was on the Bandit for this site last time. Once again, only bringing the one denial. We saw Urban bring Kaid and Bandit, and it worked very well on their second time round. As when the roamers didn't die very quickly, it allowed these walls to stay reinforced and unbreachable for significant periods of time. Juxi's going to do these maintenance ones. These are the default ones you want to do, as well as you want to do yellow stairs, but he's going to do barrels instead. That's going to force Urban, if they don't use a Carly, her gadget, I'm trying to remember what it's called, is Red spawn by himself here. So he's going to look for potentially anyone trying to spawn peek, as Pazna's in drug lab. He's just going to chill on kills. Cams, sorry, chill on kills. Priya going to be droning up as Zico makes his way forward. As Red and Fergal look like they're going to go into server. This is going to be a server-take. As we hear the sledgehammer. Get the server hatch. And is he going to go get the other hatch? Most likely. Debris gets sprayed absolutely everywhere. And now the defenders do have to be wary of potential drops. As we see once again, I was going to say entire east side is clear. However, Jamal is going to be that one trying to... He's actually missed the drone then. That is unfortunate. As Zico is the opening pick. As Pazna gets that kill. As did he run out, or did Zico peek something he shouldn't have? I can't find that dead body. Huh. I've probably gone past it, no me. Anyway, back to the round. Fergal's making his way into cafeteria. No roamers on this top floor now. Full top floor control goes to the side of Urbvn. They need this round to close it out, as was that a C4 being thrown? I would say yeah, and I believe, yeah, Juxie's used his C4. Jamal's actually got a reinforcement, and Skyfaller has 2. So no off-site reinforcements at all then. Juxie's actually made his way above. He's going for a late flank, going to try and catch somebody off. I believe that's going to be the Ash of Apollo if he catches anyone off. However, he has to be careful of Red. Who's on that Carly is. He's going to see the Thermite. Priya there goes down. And that defuse, as he actually shot the exothermic. If he had let that gone off, the diffuser would have been dropped in split. And whilst they may not have known that, Juxie gets a double kill onto Red. And it's now a 2v5 for Urbvn. As Juxie gets down there by Fergal. As Apollo gonna look for the kill onto Jamal. Jamal and Panzer both have taken damage. So that default's being shot. Fergal gonna start opening up this floor. As Apollo gonna be hunting for any roamers. It's gonna be Jamal looking for any drop down into maintenance. So Manny's on site, Skyfaller's looking above, and Pasner's got a punch hole onto bathroom 90. 15 seconds, and I've got to say this is looking like a Dadless round. Not much the attackers can do here to pry this round as Jamal gets the final kill. Fergal gonna do what you'd expect, just play for time, shoot some bullets. Dadless get it to 6-4. They win a round. They need 2 more to take it to overtime. Of course, once again, this is a scrim. As once again we see Dadless being able to win Armory, but will they be able to win their 2nd or 3rd site? So they got very close on initiation. However, last time they went to bunk, it was a flawless round with a 4K from Apollo, with Priya getting the final kill. They are going to risk bunk again. They reckon they can fix up the strat. Of course, you'd expect them to, as they shouldn't be playing it to win. They should be playing it to improve. And we do see a different lineup being brought. By that I mean a Valkyrie on Pasner. But however, the attackers bring an identical line. The Kali hasn't been working out that much. I think, in my opinion, looking at the leaderboard, I would have to agree with that. Juxie going 9 and 8, with Zico and Apollo going 12 and 5, 10 and 8, respectively. Jamal going 8 and 5 as well. So the typically more aggressive players are fragging out. This correlates to what we saw against Venga Boys, especially on Coastline. Jamal and Juxie were definitely the fragging players that we're actually going to see Catwalk be reinforced. Are they going to bandit it? Juxie looked like he was thinking of it. No, they're going to bandit this wall, and we saw when Urbvn were here, you have a player play there, and when that is bandited, you cause all kinds of trouble, as you can just get anybody who tries to peek onto the catwalk, as you know where they are going to be, and they don't know roughly whereabouts you're going to be. So let's have a look. Pasner's and Jamal have spawned relatively low. Jamal's going to go for a spawn peek. He's about to run out, sees a drone, gets it and gets it shot and runs away. Pasner is just looking now. Is he going to jump out? I'm spectating him because a potential run out here could be very costly. Javi, I think he's just left it too late. That was Fergal going above us. These attackers, do they know that that is open? They do. And the flashes go out. However, Apollo almost flashes himself. He's going to throw them all as well. Is he going to make sure as the C4 goes off? However, he's not in, so it doesn't matter. As Juxie Pasner, sorry, has made a good time to escape. Jamal once again ready for a run out. He changes his mind, however, and it'd be risky if he ran out there on Red. That sniper going to be very costly. And we're going to see a battle between the Ash and the Jaeger, the Ash and the Vigil, sorry, as Jamal gets that kill onto Apollo. Apollo definitely a player who you want to take down fairly early. However, the other threat, Zico, is still up. This is definitely going to stall out the attackers. They've lost their Ash. Now they're forced to make something happen. As Fergal's going to make himself known, as he's going to actually see that Jaeger, and I'm suddenly worried that it was initiation, however it's not. So they don't have initiation. Controls Juxi with the C4 onto Zico pre-placed. The two top fragging players of Urbvn have both been taken down with over a minute left in the round. Almost friendly fire as Red runs the wrong way. However, Fergal makes up for it by finding the kill onto Juxi. The wall has been opened up, and Jamor is going to be playing the long angle. He's got the impacts. Actually, he doesn't. He used them. It's because he's got the impacts to make a break rotation if needed. However, he used one to make the rotation. And there's Pasnert going for a late flank. He's definitely one I need to keep an eye on. As Priya is going to be peeking as we hear the shotgun bullets come out. Is Jamor going to peek as Priya gets downed there by... and actually he gets downed and killed by Manny. Manny also found Priya, with Jamor picking up the one onto Red. And Dadless bring this back. It's now only 6-5. Cobra Rosing asking, this is the first map. It is indeed. The next map is Coastline. And that one is Urbvn's pick. We are going to see initiation once again. To be fair, they brought it close. It came down to losing on time. This is Dadless I'm talking about, sorry. They lost with the plant going down from Priya. And of course, this is Dadless's map, and they also picked attack first. So they were originally going to play Villa and attack first, so they decided they want to play Theme Park and attack first. And of course, on a map like Coastline, you typically see if somebody's going to ask to attack first, it's going to be mainly on that map. And Urbvn wanted to attack first on Coastline. Not typically a Coastline type of team, especially the old Urbvn. However, this new Urbvn lineup, the slightly more aggressive lineup, it does have to be said if we look at that leaderboard with Zico and Apollo. Red not having the best of games, shall we say. However, he is on the Kali, so he's not expected to frag out. His main purpose is to just stop any bandits. And speaking of bandits, that is going to be Juxi. He had success last time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, they are going to not bring the mirror this time, or a castle. This is a very aggressive lineup being brought. 4 potential roamers, with Skyfaller most likely going to try and sit in if he's going to hold in sight. He might even hold waiting. You never know. Skyfaller is actually going to make the bullet holes, well, shotgun holes into the cache entrance. So we see the cafeteria door opened up. That is by Jamor. It's going to be droned out and cooled out, and Red is going to be the one using the SMG as Pasner has run out. It doesn't work out as he gets bullets onto Fergal. However, Zico doing what he's done many times and finding that kill onto the roamer. This isn't a great sign for Dadless. You've lost your overly aggressive player. He had a C4, and now you're forced to play semi-conservative, as Red is going to be droning out. As Juxi is in bathroom, has he got a pre-placed C4? That is the question. He does. Are we able to see it? Oh, okay. He gets that kill onto... It was actually more over there. I thought it was just above him. Gets it onto Zico. The Nomad's Reign of Terror has been eliminated, as Priya is... Where are the other attackers? They are on roof. Okay. Well, Fergal and Apollo are, as I didn't notice Red had moved up to Priya. Red's just walked on in. He's got the SPS. Priya's run in as well. He's going to claymore off the top of main stairs. Any late roam, that's probably going to be from Juxi. Actually, I say that Jamor is down there as well. This wall is what we expect to be opened. As actually, no. Bandits... Juxi's content on bandit tricking it. However, the vault wall is going to be the one they open. Now, Juxi's forced away from this position, as now he's got to contend with a difficult position, as it's going to be Apollo that's going to make the long line of sight, as Manny found Fergal, but Fergal found Manny. A headshot trade as Apollo is making his way into sight. Does he know that there is a bandit nearby? Well, bandit's not there anymore. Red finally picks himself back on the leaderboard, as how on earth has Vigil managed to escape there. A Skyfaller goes down as well. And it's all left up to Jamor. I'm not sure how he managed to go up main stairs. He yeets out an impact grenade and he's going to make his way towards the office. However, Priya with another successful plant. And he's going to see Priya, however, as Jamor makes it a 1v2. However, Red can play a super long angle. And Apollo's been very, very strong. In fact, Apollo's going to see the Vigil, find the head. And Urbvn win this one out 7-5. A very good start for them. Both teams putting on a good matchup there as we get ready to head into Coastline. Zico and Apollo, definitely the fraggers there for Urbvn. They worked absolute wonders, especially on the attack. Apollo especially with that 4K rush, as they've got a maximum of 10 minutes to get ready for the next map. Zico going 13-7, Apollo going 12-9, Power, Jamor and Juxi going 11-6 and 11-10 respectively. Coastline is our next map, so op bans I will talk about, of course. So they've got a maximum 10-minute break. However, if all players are ready up, we should be good. Orange team will be attacking first, and the blue team will be defending first, and also attacking first in overtime. This is Urbvn's map, of course. Haters saying Urbvn is bots. Okay. So players are most likely gonna do some T-hunt, of course. So Coastline operator bans, what do we usually see? Nomad is often a good shout. Blackbeard, especially when you've got a Blackbeard main like Manny, you might be a typical ban. Monty, of course. Not a lot of the corridors are destroyed. Are destructible, sorry. So we may see him ban. We saw a Jackal ban from Dadless, so that obviously meant that they were going to plan a strong roam game. Maybe they didn't expect the roam game from Apollo and Fergal and Zico on some maps. Some sites, sorry. So it sort of ended up not working out in their favour. However, they did have some good rounds with that. So if we look back, we saw Urbvn taking 4 defensive rounds with Dadless taking 2 attackive rounds. And then when Dadless defended, they took 3. They took Armory twice, Bunk once. So they definitely had some strong showing. Of course, if you've watched one of my streams before, you know that I only do English. I usually do a self-promo in between each map, as there's often not a lot to talk about. So if you are enjoying, feel free to drop a follow. I'm a caster for Third Eye Gaming EU, Resurgent Xbox League, and now recently announced I am the new caster for Nevermore Season 2, which should be very exciting. So if you appreciated or enjoyed so far, feel free to drop a follow. Cobra spamming the toot emotes. Anyway, right, so what was I going to say? I was going to say something and I've completely forgotten. So maximum 7 minutes until we probably restart. I guess English, man. I expect to see Red going to T-Hunt. Not had a good, strong game. I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying that, or if he does, he will complain at me afterwards. So we saw very strong rounds from both teams. Only one flawless round in the entire map, and that was Urbvn on round 8 when they were attacking Bunk. Apollo waltzed on in, got the 2 roamers below, went straight up arcade stairs, got 2 more before Priya stole his ace. Which is always a sad way to end out a round, as Leon joins. I'm not really too sure who this is. I'm assuming it may be a Dadless player. In fact, it is. So I think this would have been an interesting match, and I'm glad I could get the opportunity to cast this one, as both teams have made heavy roster changes since they last played. Of course, they last played in the end of week 2 in Third Eye Gaming Group D, with Dadless winning 7-3 on Villa. Since then, of course, Dadless have lost Cobra Rosen and Ares, or Farmer Colin, as he changed his game attack to. They picked up Pasner, and clearly they've picked up Leon, or this is somebody on another account. Urbvn have made heavy changes. The only returning player who played Dadless last time was Red. Of course, we also saw Techno, Profits, AS, and I'm trying to remember the last, but Zimula have a different urban lineup being brought now. Fergal, I believe Fergal is trialing. Priya, the new support that's been picked up. Zico, a new flex, and also Apollo, a new fragging. Zico and Apollo definitely had very good map ones. I've got to say, they were definitely the ones to watch. We saw, just like we saw against Wenger, Jamal and Juxi having good games as well, both in the double digits. So they shouldn't be too disappointed. A bit quiet from about almost everybody else in the server. Priya had some good plants. Skyfaller had some good moments as well. I think every player did something impressive individually. However, I think Jamal, Juxi, Zico and Apollo were definitely the ones to watch, and I think he is definitely the one. They are definitely the ones to watch on Coastline, of course, the Call of Duty map. Cobra said Leon played when you were playing. Okay, cool. I've never seen him play, so that's probably why I don't recognise him. But yeah, we're going on to Coastline. People hate this map, basically because of the roof, which means you can cut off 2 major rotations with somebody up there. And it's often called the Call of Duty map as it is a fragger's paradise. That's why I said Jamal, Juxi, Zico and Apollo are definitely the ones to watch out for. As we saw yesterday as well, Jamal and Juxi had very, very good rounds until Juxi got team killed, which never helped. I believe he's killed by Godzak, so I don't expect Godzak to be watching this, so that's why I'll call him out on it. But yeah, so very interesting. Both teams, of course, if you weren't here at the start of the team, they played this match fairly recently. The difference is Dadless lost, whereas Urbvn won 7-1 against Fergal's old team. GG, well played. Both these teams are signed up for the new Resurgence Xbox League tournament. That is where Fergal comes from, I believe. Actually, I think him and Red are friends as well. However, both these teams were in tag. Difference was Dadless made out of groups and the older Urbvn roster did not. So I'll be interested to see people in chat. I'm interested to see who the chat thinks will win map 2. I am impartial, so I've got to say after that showing, it was close, but I think Urbvn's fraggers were more impactful in the long run. But I think Jamal and Juxi are definitely not to be underestimated, especially for Coastline. I see why you used the past tense there, Cobra. That sucks. So just gotta wait for Red, Apollo, Zico to join back, and whoever Dadless's 5th is. Could be Pasna. I'm not sure. If we cast our minds back to Theme Park, we saw interesting bans being... We often see a Thatcher ban. Jackal... It implied Dadless were going to roam. I think it did sort of stab them in the back as the roam game, apart from round 1, was very strong from Urbvn. We saw a mute ban, which I found interesting because Skyfaller does play a lot of mute, so by taking away one of the more preferred operators of his, doesn't make it very... brain fart. Apologies for that. English just dies sometimes. It was interesting to see them ban one of Skyfaller's main ops. It basically forced, if you wanted to deny everything, you needed a Qaid and Bandit. However, interestingly enough, Dadless didn't bring a Qaid at all. That might just be personal preference. They only ever brought Bandit, which meant they couldn't fully deny every wall on the site. We saw Urbvn do it, and it worked out really well. And then the last one we saw was a Clash ban. That's because Clash is horrible, fairly sure. So, we are just waiting. Just waiting now. Clayzo. Not saying Urbvn might not win because Red was there. I think Red definitely had an off game. Last time they played Coastline, Red didn't do too badly. Techno, I think you top fragged. I'm trying to remember. Or was that the map that Trizon did? The infamous Trizon game. Anyway, come on, two last people. Just Zico and the... I'm not sure who Dadless's fifth is. Luckily I can tell you who Urbvn's fifth is. As we will just wait. Zico joins back. We're waiting on Dadless's fifth. I'll just double check that orange team are attacking first. They are. Blue team will attack first in overtime. So just like we saw against Wenger, it's going to be a defense first from Dadless. So we'll see how they changed it. Are we going to see Juxi play 1 on Hookah on that reinforced hatch? In Aqua, sorry. That'll be the thing to look at. Manny going to play here. I expect to see as Manny's playing. This is sort of... If Manny plays, Blackbeard's going to be played. I think that's the one. Oh, you topped the one before Coast. Ah, okay. If Manny's being played, that's when you know Blackbeard's being played. Interestingly enough, it was Jamor on the Blackbeard on Theme Park. Manny was on the Ash. As we just wait for the Urbvn team to ready up. I've been atted by Reds. What does he want? Is he telling me to start? Having party problems. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Cobra, that is RTD Techno. He's one of our support players. Well, on attack anyway. Party issues, yay, servers, Xbox. Fun. So while Urbvn deal with that, we can talk about... Well, there's not much to talk about because I covered it all because teams don't usually take the full 10 minutes. Unfortunately though, party problems do exist, so I'm expecting a few people had to restart, warm back up. Rad definitely needed to after 2 and 7 and Kali, as he told me. So, Techno of course saying Urbvn gonna win. I expect that from an Urbvn player. I am impartial as the caster. I'm not allowed to vote. See, Techno, you have a good record against Dadless. When these two teams last played, you almost got that Thermite ace clutch. That'd have been good. Unfortunately, you didn't at the end, but... Right, everybody's readied up. There we go. Coastline. I haven't casted Coastline in a while, so it's nice to be back. I say that, I just remember I casted it 4 days ago. Okay. Right, bans. Blue team, which are Dadless once again, they will be defending first. So who am I expecting to see banned? Potentially a Monty. You won't really see a Thatcher ban. It's a Nomad. Zico caused a lot of issues there. So I am not surprised in the slightest that Nomad has been taken off the board. She's very strong on this map anyway. So are we going to see Blackbeard ban? Yes, we are. No Blackbeard for Manny. Unfortunate for him. However, Blackbeard's often a ban on this map anyway, just windows. Any map with lots of windows, Blackbeard is fairly good. And especially with this map in particular, he is super strong. Valk going to be banned. No American operators from the Seals at all, as Urbvn don't want to deal with that at all. Valk definitely very strong here, as her cams can definitely blend in with the bushes. So the reason this map is actually a Castle ban. Castle very strong here, especially because he can in some way try and limit the rotations the attackers have, especially on the top floor. So interested to see him banned from the defenders. Apologies, I just hit my mic there. So Dadless defend first. We'll see what they can do. As they go kitchen again, and by that I mean they went there here first last time. when they played Wenger, which they lost the first try. It's going to be Kitchen take first. Let me just write this down. Skyfaller back on the mute as Jamal goes from Ella to... Oh, Red's bringing the Monty. Uh-oh. Monty not fun. So we're actually going to see a pulse here. Interesting choice. It's actually a dark, never mind. Potential spawn peak. That'd be nice to see. So Jamal could potentially go for spawn peak here. ACOG, of course, very strong. You may see him run out this window in kitchen and then get a nice angle to anybody pushing up pool. However, Monty, I said Monty's very strong, and he's been left unbanned. The main reason he is very strong is this entire hallway, because that is all indestructible, and especially as there are only 2 floors, he can only be C4'd from VIP, penthouse, theatre, hookah, aqua, and billiards. That may seem like a lot of rooms, but compared to other maps, that is relatively little. He's bringing the smoke as well. We've got 6 smokes being brought. Oh boy, are we going to see a nice little rush? More. I want to... Is he going for spawn peak? Somebody did spawn that. I will have to check who did, and it was actually the Jackal and also the Hibana of Fergal. The only hard breacher you really need on this map, Thermite, just isn't very good because the only walls you really breach are these 4, and to get them from roof, so much better. Red, literally just going to exist, and the fact he exists is going to make Skyfaller fairly annoyed, and he is going to have to walk away as the hatch gets destroyed, and Zico finds the kill onto Leon. Where was Leon to push that? That C4 hasn't been detonated yet. Was he shot? Did Zico shoot that? Fair play to him. If he did, yeah, I think he did, because I can't see it on the ground anywhere as the Mozzie of Juxi gets that kill onto Priya, and also a bandit goes down of Manny. He jumped out, did what Davin did on the side of Wenger to him yesterday, didn't work out this time, and Skyfaller is just stuck now, as that was slightly delayed. Apollo is going to get that kill onto Jamal. Juxi, though, is going to continue his reign of terror, find Zico, and he's actually going to find Red as well, the flank there, and he leaves Fergal and Apollo in a 2v2. Skyfaller got docked before he died, as Apollo's got kitchen service control. That's Skyfaller, sorry. As he is going to look for this Jackal player, and he's going to land the shotgun blast. Apollo going to get that kill, does get taken down by Juxi, and gets taken down by Fergal. Urbvn open things off where they left off, and they get their first round. I've got to say, it was very back and forth, just what we see of Coastline. Very kill for kill, round for round type of map. It was interesting to see Red die so early on. I say that is... He died fairly early on with, I think, over a minute in the round. That's not where you want. We're actually double bar, which is not what you want when you're the multiplayer. As now, this is where Pulse will be more useful. It's Jamal sticking on to that FBI operator. As Red, does he go on to the Monty? Goes on to the IQ. So he is now going to hunt for that Pulse. He has done solid work on IQ in scrims before.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Hooker. Double bar, sorry. They were going to go hooker, double bar. This is clearly, I would say this is a throw-off more than a genuine second sight. So they open that up a lot higher than it usually is. As that is Jamal with the pulse shotgun. I've seen enough of those in my time to know that that can be very, very annoying. I'm talking scrim-wise, not ranked-wise. As one of this scrim I did yesterday, Iosa from GG Well Played used that pulse shotgun to, I believe, get a 2k onto the side of TSP. So we'll see if Jamal can have some sort of similar success as Manny's going to bandit those walls. Not like they're going to be barned fairly open anyway. And Jamal is just going to sit by the main lobby doorway. He's going to wait as a ping comes out onto bathrooms, because that's where they're pushing. Onto the bathroom kitchen service wall, I mean to say. Jamal, he's pin droned out. Nice shot there from the shotgun. He knows there's one on that doorway. Is he going to try and risk peeking it? I believe he is. And Zico sat there, gets his second opening pick in 2 rounds. Gets that meat jammer as well. And Jamal goes down. I believe he was the first kill as well last round. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember. This is a very top floor roam. Is it a very top floor hold? Manny and Juxi are upstairs. So it's split evenly. The Jaeger has gone outside. However, Apollo doesn't land the shots. Well, as many as Juxi does. That'll be disappointing for that Jackal. The roamers are slightly more safe as Skyfall is the only one on this bottom floor. This could just be a potential walk in and plant. They're going to drone it out and know it's clear. However, Prayer gets taken down as Juxi has made his way down as well. As Leon gets a double kill actually as he finds the one into Zika. Is he going to get a triple here? He sees the Habana of Fergal. He's very much stuck as he gets shot by Red. He gets shot by Fergal, and it's going to be Fergal's bullets to be the one that actually kills him. There's a Nomad. That's not a Nomad. Who's that dead? Anyway, Red's going to jump out of kitchen, going to make his way towards the luggage entrance, or sunrise entrance. And he's actually going to get that kill onto Juxi. Did Juxi just run out? I'm assuming so. And he's been shot at now as the Bandit and the Habana have a bit of a gunfight. Manny on solo health, as is Fergal. The bearing, with all of its recoil, is going to be the one to take down Manny. And if Skyfaller drops here, Dadless have just thrown away a 2v4. A 4v2, sorry, in their favour. It's being droned out there by Fergal. Droned out by Red this time. Red knows where he is. Fergal could potentially push it. Is he going to? I believe so. Skyfaller gets that shotgun kill. And that's put Fergal in a difficult position because he's been lesioned. He's lost the element of surprise. As Skyfaller just going to play for time.
15 seconds remaining.
He clutch. We've seen him clutch these before. And he's going to see the player there. He's going to make sure they have to plant. However, the Bandit battery, actually it was the shotgun pellet, my apologies. Skyfaller clutches that one out. And that was way too close for comfort for Dadless. They were 4-2 up and it went down to a 1v1. You saw there, unfortunately Urbvn did just stack up. However, Fergal and Red both came out fairly clutch to bring it down to a 1v1. Skyfaller definitely deserves that praise there. We're going to see hooker billiards now. As in reality, that should have been a lot quicker round than down to a 1v1 with under 15 seconds left. As Skyfaller's actually going to go onto the Jaeger. So he's been on the supportive role. So it's going to be Juxi's turn to play the mute. As the leaderboard after 2 rounds, Juxi going 5-2 and Zico and Fergal going 3-2 and 3-1 respectively. They're the top fraggers for both teams. Priya, Manny and Jamal yet to find kills so far.
Attackers need to locate.
However, as I said, it's only been 2 rounds. So this is typically a very strong site for Castle. However, Dadless decided that Castle shouldn't be used, as this looks like a heavy VIP hold. They're reinforcing all of Penthouse. Were they planning on trying to trick them into thinking it's Penthouse? However, Apollo's just waltzed on in and droned it, so they know it's there. But this is a really weird setup. If any of the players who've played on Dadless previously know, if this is a standard strat, I've never seen them do this before. And this is really weird. This looks like very heavily roam. However, unfortunately, the players that spawned at ruins have either walked away or Zico's just sat there droning. This is a weird setup. They've left this very open. This is very much an interesting play. But yeah, if any Dadless players or ex-Dadless players are in chat, could help. I've never seen them do this before as Jamal gets the kill onto Zico. Zico just peeking maybe what he shouldn't have there, as Jamal lives on about 55 health. But Priya gets the kill onto Manny. As Jamal going to run out once again, but he doesn't see the player rappelling up, and whoever that was gets insanely lucky. I believe that was Priya as well. Priya, okay, no, it's just the camera angle that makes him look very close to the edge. Red's just waltzed on in. This is actually Jamal with a very nice angle, looking through the legs of an alibi clone. This is a very, very weird setup. Cobra Rosen saying they think they have strats, but they really don't. I mean, you could call this a strat. This is just an interesting setup. That's a C4. Doesn't find much. There's a bit of damage to Red, but not enough as those carpets absorb the brunt of impact. As Dadless didn't reinforce these two VIP rules. Even though their hold may have been towards the theatre hold, you still desperately need that reinforce. As, oh no, Jamal, you run in front of bullets. He's hoping the smoke could cloud his escape. However, Red's not buying that. And he's actually just going to breach charge the walls you want to reinforce. As Juxie's forced to retreat back. Leon chilling in Sunrise. He's been there for quite a while, I believe. As the teabag 360 from Juxie, and he's gonna miss the drones as Leon makes his way back up. But now the defenders are very much trapped as that Jaeger is in a very precarious position because he can't be refragged. And he's going against the ACOG of Priya. He's been Jackal scanned now as well. And he's going to get down there too. They know he's down as well, so they're just going to look for anybody to try and pick him up. And before Priya goes and finishes that kill off. Red now going to rappel onto hooker balcony as Leon going to look for him. And he's going to find him as well. It may say a 3v3, however, as soon as I say that, Priya gets the finish onto Skyfaller, and Apollo does what he's been doing so far and fragging out. Fergal though does go down as it's now just all left up to Juxie. Can he find that headshot? The defuser's gone down and he is in a very difficult position as Apollo found the kill onto Leon. But Priya and Apollo can just hold from miles back, and it's Apollo to get that finishing kill, and Urbvn go 2-1 up after 3 rounds. I said Coastline is very kill for kill and round for round, and these two teams are definitely showing why it is that. Yeah, I think it was an interesting setup because they fully reinforced all of Penthouse and Theatre, and then didn't reinforce possibly the two most important walls in VIP, which are the two that we saw Red breach with the breach in charge, because you can get a very, very nice long angle all the way from Hall of Fame hallway. So by not reinforcing that, they basically cause themselves to be in a very difficult position. Virgil's actually going to go onto the Capitan, no Hibana now, and Manny's going to go onto the Mozzie. They probably guessed that that Cav is a sick pick because Urbvn's droning has been fairly good so far, both maps, I believe.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
To be fair, Techno saying it should be a 3-0. Red and Fergal were in a 2v4 against Dadless. The only reason it was so close is partly because I think Dadless got a bit too kill hungry. We saw Juxie running out on the Jaeger, which was a big mistake, and they just fed Red and Fergal kills. Skyfaller though, he managed to keep his calm, and he was probably the saving grace for Dadless there. So we finally see a regular hold as after their weird strategy fell apart. As we have a look at the leaderboard, Manny the only one yet to find a kill, as Apollo's going 4-2 and Juxie is going 6-3, both with a KD of 2, highest KD in the game. And Juxie now, this is a much bigger rotation, you often see it's much smaller than that, so just leaving it nice and open, I guess. Is that Manny who's just waltzed on outside as Jamal's come for another swarm peek, and it did not work. He did damage to Zico, and Zico did damage back. I believe that would have been. as Apollo gets killed. Where was that from? Manny finally finds his first kills. Leon gets the follow up onto Priya. Apologies for that. Manny finally finding his first kill, and Leon then equalising. It's now a 3v2, a 3v5, sorry. 4v3 as Red then finds the equaliser onto Juxie. And we've just got Leon and Jamal both hugging this wall. They're stacking up, and Skyfaller's there as well. Somebody could walk up and plant, and I believe Zico is just going for site control. No, he's on roof. Never mind. As now the defenders are going to fall back. That was a risky play there to put all three defenders right by this wall. Jamal and Manny are on very, very low health. Jamal back on site. As Fergal is going to find that kill onto Manny. Manny tried another. Oh no, he didn't. He just tried to get an angle. However, Fergal's not falling for that. And now Red just going to be droning as Zico. It's just opening up. This is why this roof is so powerful. You can cut off so many rotations. Jamal on even lower health. The Skyfaller with iron sights here with Leon. He's somehow taking a bit of damage. I'm not really sure how. I noticed at the start of the round, but how's he done that? As he sees the... He gets cross-angled there. He gets shot from Fergal and from Red as well. That was a very nice angle. As Zico tries something, it doesn't work as Leon gets the kill. And it's Red and Fergal once again. However, this time they've got one less player to find, and Jamal is on very low health. As Red, just missing some shots there. It's always the awkward moment when you go to a certain player, they usually end up potatoing. So there's 40 seconds left, but Fergal just watching for any late flank as Leon and Skyfall are stacking up on each other once again. Jamal coming up, cool vibes, stairs, going to shoot that drone. As Leon shoots some bullets. I believe he hit Fergal. No, he didn't. Fergal just took a bit of damage naturally from the start. Red triggers a goo mine now, and no default was shot, so Fergal now going to be the one in charge, and Jamal flirting with death once again. Over peak there, almost paid for it with his life. Skyfaller, sorry, is just going to play behind the billiards table, just going to be thrown. Is he going to find... He gets Red through the smoke. That was so lucky. He lights Fergal up even more as the pings come out, and Dadless win on time. So, where are we going to go for round 5? It's going to be kitchen. Dadless didn't win it the first time, but they won it the next time. It seems to be if Dadless can get early kills, then it seems Urbvn falter, which you'd expect. However, unlike when they won on double bar, it wasn't put down to a 1v1 as Skyfaller goes back onto the Jaeger and Red goes on to Ash. So we actually see Manny on Warden. That is definitely interesting. He hasn't had the biggest of impacts so far, neither has Jamal. But of course, plenty of time.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So, kitchen. Skyfaller is on the Jaeger once again, and once again, friendly fire at the start. As once again, Leon gets shot. Is he just running in front of Juxie trying to make rotation quicker? He's got to be. We saw it first that time. And this is all getting opened up by Dadless. Manny bringing the SS shotgun as well. I would say potentially smoke would have been more valuable. Smoke's very good in this site. You sit him behind bomb. You sit him behind bomb or in... 5
seconds remaining.
Well, this is an interesting strat because now the attackers can't really plant right in the doorway because there is no wall to save them. As the entire walls is being shot open on both main walls. This is possibly a strat. I'm not sure what to think of it, as this is weird. I've never seen anything like that. As Juxie's roaming on the mute as well, As is Alibi reinforcing still. Jamor is reinforcing still. They may go out for a run out as they've two-punched this barricade. Ooh, someone uses a C4 and Skyfaller gets the opening pick onto Apollo. Where was Skyfaller? In logistics is now. Fergal going to try and look for him, but actually decides, you know what, we still need to with these roamers. The main roamer being Gypsy at the moment. He's just chilling on VIP, looking for anybody dropping down into bathroom. Finds a few bullets onto Red. Red triggers the prisoner. He's going to just wallbang for a bit. Sees the mute. Javi's reloading, gets that headshot. Gypsy shouldn't have missed that shot there. And now, ooh, C4. Manny, what a C4 there. The callouts there working really well as it's now a 3v4 in the favour of Dadless. Virgil and Priya and Zico all are still on this top floor. Zico's just waiting for somebody to try a late flank.
Stingers active.
As stingers get thrown out as well, more just chilling as I'm not sure whether those walls being opened just caught the attackers off guard as Priya. How on earth he lit up Skyfaller through the wall and then Manny ran straight into his bullets. As Fergal's actually getting really close to the Jaeger. And the Jaeger not going to actually be the one to find Priya. It's going to be Jamor from behind. As Fergal going to look for that Jaeger. He's going to turn his back at possibly the worst time. He's now in a 1v3 as he's got to find Jamor, who just killed Zico. And now he's going to have to be careful as Jamor team kills Leon. So Fergal, it's been made easier for him as he goes into a 1v2. Doesn't look at that alibi. And even after the team kill, Jamor finds the final one. And Dadless go 3-2 up. As we see Red, he's making a comeback, already got more double kill. He's got twice as many kills as he had the entire game of Theme Park, currently going 4 and 5. With Fergal and Apollo also on 4 kills. As it's going to be double bar once again. They won it. Almost lost it. However, we'll see if Urbvn can adapt to dealing with it. Red going back on the Monty here. As I've gone the eye first death a few times now, I think twice in a row, and both of those rounds coincidentally Dadless has won. So if he's not the first death, Urbvn may have a better chance. Ghostland of course a very fragger heavy map, and Dadless having a fairly frag heavy lineup. We've seen a lot of roamers as the rotation from Juxi is made. He's on the vigil this time. Leon doing these standard 2 walls. This is looking like a more normal lineup. Setup, I should say, sorry. Jamor is actually going to make... Jamor's actually going to reinforce both of Aqua's. That is an impact hole where?
10 seconds left before insertion.
Is that just thrown randomly? I think it was. Oh, did Juxi think you could destroy this? I'm assuming that's what he thought. Have it. Seems like you can't. So that is unfortunate for him. Anybody trying something stupidly aggressive really early on, as impacts are getting thrown out. Skyfaller once again the only one on site, so he's in a lot of trouble if the attackers come for him. As it looks like logistics is going to be opened, or the preferred approach, the office, sorry. As Jamor, here's the drone. However, the barricade is still intact. Skyfaller having a massive jump fight. Having all he's doing is shooting at a wall, basically. As Monty says nope, and Zico tracks him for good measure. Priya, Fergal are droning out, and Apollo didn't land a shot there, as Leon got that kill. He's taken damage once again. Not really sure how, and Zico gets the refrag. And ooh, Red flirting with death, as does Manny, and Manny pays for it, taking slightly more health damage. And now We're in a bit of a stalemate. As Juxie's the only one still upstairs. He's been droned out. There's a Monty around. He doesn't want to have to deal with that. As Jamal gets Priya, but Fergal refrags back onto Jamal. Red takes a few more bullets from Juxie as well. As Zico goes down to Skyfaller 2. Ran out there. He's going to fight that Monty now as Leon DCs. He's never a thing you want. Fergal goes down as well, and Red is in a 1v3. Can he find that kill onto the Jaeger of Skyfall? I thought the Jaeger went down for a second. Fergal's being teabagged as of right now. Red could just plant. He can't. Fergal has diffuser. If Red had it, he could. He could have gone and planted. He's taken to 1 health. This is definitely a Dadless round now. Down he goes. And Dadless win their defensive half 4-2. I've got to say, even if there is not a lot of strats being used, I need to wait for a DM to be told, you know what, this is a rehost. However, I've not been told that. So they have to tell me, so that is awkward. Iona being played here. It's going to be double bar on Urbvn's first defense. No rehost has been called. I'm not really sure what Dadless want to do here. I've not been sent a DM. Or have I? Nope, I have not. So, they haven't all left either. I'm not really sure what they're plan on doing, sorry. As we see Urbvn looking like they're going to just play regular composition as Leon returns. No rehost needed. That's always very nice. Priya's going to be placing his shield. This is where you often see the smoke played. You often see these 4 walls reinforced as well, a goo in between them. So Urbvn here using a fairly standard line-up. The hatch is reinforced as well. And it's going to be the smoke of Priya just making shotgun holes now.
5 seconds to go.
And he's going to make them into hooker from the 90 hallway and the billiards. Techno saying momentum shift, Urbvn getting lazy here. That could be true. I think the weird setups are definitely perhaps causing Monty. I think the interesting setups are definitely causing an interesting strat placement. So obviously the attackers aren't as used to it. As what we saw there was Red going for a bit of a cheeky shot onto anybody entering. He lit up Jamal, and Zico decides to finish off where Red started as the grenades get thrown in, and Zico's in a very strong position now. As Red could play really aggressive here, he lights up Skyfaller. Skyfaller takes a few bits of damage, and Juxie re-peaks as well. Zico, though, with the cross angle, we saw Urbvn's strengths on that theme park map were their cross angles. So it's nice to see them return to what was so very strong for them before. Mozzie's just being cooled now. Solution's in an interesting position. Manny is in sight. He's not got the diffuser. However, the fact he's still here is very annoying. Apollo strikes back. It's been a while. He takes on Juxie. Zico going to be now pushing up. Going to look for Skyfaller. Can he see Skyfaller? Yes, he can. Doesn't land shots as Manny knifes onto Red. As Fergal now, he's got to fight 2 people with the LMG. Manny just charges in for no reason. Smoke's going to cover him most likely. Actually, he's not. As Skyfaller is just going to wait in the first floor hallway. He's going to push in behind the Maestro. Skyfaller's going to get a knife kill then. He's going to look for the smoke. The SMG-11 lights up his face. And Urbvn win their first defensive round on asking. So judging from what Cobra's saying, it seems Dadless a very momentum-focused team. Judging by the statement, if Dadless wins the early rounds, just rehost and it messes them up. So we're going to see Kitchen now. Urbvn going to be trying to bring it back. That was a much better round from them. Apollo definitely had the return to form he definitely needed. It was his first kill in a few rounds, and when your fragger, who was dominating before, starts to have a bit of a lackluster map, something's not going right. Manny's going to bring the Lion, and Legion will be bought by Red. No Mute and no Jackal.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So we are back to Kitchen, but this time it's not Dadless and their weird strategy of opening up all the both the quad walls. And Techno, you said that I think the weird strats are definitely slightly off-putting. To open up all 4 walls, you don't expect it.
Attackers have located a bomb.
And then they did lose the weird reinforced penthouse and theatre. Priya, we see just popping the regular hatch you expect. I think they're running RXL. They're just not running skin rules, I should say. As we see, we've seen Elite all throughout. We are going to be looking at a rush, which makes me sad to see because rushes are awful. Jamal on the blitz, Manny on the line, Leon on the Amaru. And Urbvn have no real counter. Everything gets opened up. Unless you count the mass amount of ammo that can just spray down. First smoke grenade goes off. And that is a very good one, because if he times them, if Priya times them in time with the line charges, he can stop any push from happening, which is what he did. Blitz looks like he was ready to push in. It's going to be, actually Blitz has walked in now. The next charge goes off, and Jamal now just going to charge on into site, gets lit up by the Maestro. However, he just charged in with the diffuser onto Priya. Juxie found Apollo, however Red took down Manny. Site control now in the hands of Skyfall. He gets a double kill with only 20 bullets. He finds 2 site control and a diffuser in the hands of the Hibana player. It's Red's turn to step up now, try and answer for this plant. However, the defenders are very much trapped, especially now Zico found Juxie. It's a 2v2 as Skyfall are just going to lay prone. Impact from behind as well. He's very much trapped, runs into a crossfire as Zico finds that kill. Upside down rappel, Maru, and Amaru gets them both. Leon coming in clutch for Dadless to win that round. It's a poor start for Dadless, however they did bring it back, and just a bit of poor positioning there from Urbvn. As we go to Kitchen once again, 5-3 in favour of Dadless. However, we are currently copying the scores from round 1. Urbvn won round 1, Dadless won round 2, and Urbvn have won round 7, and Dadless have won round 8. Urbvn definitely going to try and bring back momentum as Jamal goes from Monty to Ash. Less of a roam this time. Less of a rush, I should say. Cobra saying Urbvn do be throwing though. I mean, I don't think any team is intentionally throwing. I think that was definitely an Urbvn round. Skyfaller getting the 2 and getting the plant down. Really once again saving his team. I think he's definitely been a solid player in these 2 maps. Especially this map. Of course, he won a 1v1 after Dadless were 4-2 up in round 2, and he's just brought that back when they were definitely down in players after Jamal charged on in and paid the price. Reinforcement comes up, more standard setup once again. Virgil gonna open up this double wall. So what are the attackers gonna do differently? They've only got 4 spawning here, I've noticed. Manny's going to be off doing his own thing once again. This looks like they're going to try a similar plan. However, Apollo's actually waiting. Once again, Apollo was a fairly early pick. As Zico roaming as well, as is Red. They've left Priya and Fergal on site. And once again, an upside down rappel. Is that from Leon? It might be. It is. It worked well for him last time. The window gets... Does the window get open up? It doesn't. I thought it did. If it did, that could be absolutely huge as Apollo could get both. Jamore's come in just directly below. Not that Red clearly notices as Leon gets that kill with the prayer. He slow peeks. And Manny gets the shotgun onto Zico as well. Fergal now going to have to watch out for any plant. Jamore then got the kill onto Red as well. The entry comes in from Manny. He gets down. And Fergal brings it back. Apollo brings it back as well. It's now only a 3v2.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
As Fergal gets another one as well onto Skyfaller. This time it looks like Dadless need to regroup and reapproach. Juxie and Leon, the last two left. They're going to scan the footprints of Apollo. However, he is in a safe enough position that it's not going to bother him too much. In fact, he's going to kill the Zephyr of Leon. I'm not sure what Leon was doing. And now Jackal is the only one left. That is Juxie. He's left in a 1v2. And he's on very low health. This was a round that Dadless needed to win. It was their round to lose. And as I say that, they do lose as Apollo strikes back. Urbvn get it up to 5-4. And Cobra, it seems like Dadless were throwing that round. As after you said Urbvn were throwing the one before. I've got to say, I'm not sure what Dadless was doing. They were in a 3v5. But then Apollo and Fergal came out clutch. So we are going to see a double bar. No hooker yet. Which is interesting to say the least. There's a lot of people, it is their best site, their preferred site. Cobra saying, what am I watching? Scrim. I'm not sure if Dadless is trying any players. I don't think so. I know Urbvn is trialing Fergal. And I think this is Zico's second scrim ever. So I say Urbvn have a much fresher lineup in regards to less synergy. However, as you've said, Cobra, multiple times, Dadless lost both IGLs in you and Ares as Leon, sorry, is the last one to load in. The Skyfaller jumps to 200 ping there. Skyfaller, Leon and Juxie definitely fragging for the team as Fergal and Apollo are doing bits for Urbvn as well. Zico not doing too badly, and Priya and Red playing on the support, so you wouldn't expect them to be top fragging. However, Skyfaller is, which completely contradicts my previous statement. And I think he's definitely been the MVP for Dadless on this map. Even though we're only 9 rounds in, he has done 2 clutches, or done 2 important actions in winning rounds that maybe Dadless deserve to win, however players make a mistake. My main is 2, you're 4-2 up and you get it down. Skyfaller clutches then a 1v2 after Red and Fergal bring it down to a 2v1. Right, double bar. They saw cross angles from Zico and Red. Are we going to see something similar? Apollo going to run back upstairs. Got a 3k the last round after having a few quiet rounds. Jamore. This is going to be a rush strat as they see the smoke and Apollo quickly 180s. Finds the kill onto Juxie. Jamore is forced forward. Now he is really cornered. There are 3 members of Urbvn waiting for him to push. Manny though doesn't find Apollo, the Jaeger down. However, he could come up behind onto Priya, so Priya's got to be careful. Priya needed to find that shot there. He finds the Capital, but not before Capital finds Urbvn. Priya gets the double kill with the shotgun, and it's now all left up to Jamore as Manny's flank was left after Red coming out clutch. And Priya, I said he had been quiet round and he has come out clutch there. Missed the shots on the Capital, so the Capital did find Fergal. However, immediately made up for it with 2 bullets, 2 kills. With 2 pellets, sorry. 2 shells, sorry, jeez. And 2 kills. And where is Manny? Jamore, sorry. I don't know why I confused them. Is now all on his own. Now Priya and Red just teabagging. Wasn't a good game. I think Red has definitely not had the best game of his life. He's performed better. Left on his own. I've got to say that was Dadless error when you had such a big advantage and it all gets thrown away because of shooting Priya. Leon just straight up ignored him as Jamal going for the 360, just bait. We are going to have the longest minute of our lives. This is going to be a long round. I can't see this ending any quicker. As... oh, okay, Jamal makes a bit of a mistake. Urbvn win 2 in a row. They take it to 5-5, and even if it hasn't been the most well played... Yeah, Cobra and Techno agreeing that Red is a good player. I think he is just having an off game, to be fair. Of course, with this new lineup, he's gone onto more of a flex support role. I have a Fergal loving Maestro, so he is going to... Oh my god, Glaz, right, okay, this takes me back. When Glaz was good, oh boy, what a horrible meta for Siege that was. Smokes, Lions, Glaz, ugh. That was the worst I think Siege has ever been, in my experience of playing. Anyway, Jamal undecided, gonna go from Thermite to Amaru, fairly standard, you don't want a Thermite anyway. Leon on the Hibana, apologies. Skyfaller on the Glaz. If any support player would play Glaz, I feel like Skyfaller's the one to do it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, Cobra makes a good point. It was 5-3 to Dadless. And now it's 5-5. And especially on a map that is as equal as this. I think both Dadless and Urbvn have lost runs they definitely should have won. I think whilst Dadless deserved to win round 2, as soon as it got down to 2v1, that was Urbvn's chance to crossfire Skyfaller, but he played that perfectly well. And then once again, he walked in, got 2 with 20 bullets on that Hibana, got the plant down as well. Even though he died, that action basically won the round for his for Dadless. Priya looking like he's going to play stand smoke position as ooh, default has been destroyed from below. Skyfall is most likely going to see that that debris is there and going to call that out for his team, as it was Zico going for a spawn peek as nobody's there because the 5 of them going for a penthouse push, it seems. Techno, here's somebody, but Zico gets the headshot onto the glass. Skyfaller down, Diffuse has gone down. And Zico and Apollo, these two have been fragging so very, very well. And I say that as it continues, as Zico found Manny. He's on very low health. I probably should have spectated him, as once again, if you touch that diffuser, Zico is coming for you. Hatch gets destroyed, down he drops. And Red, though, immediately answers for the kill onto Leon. And this is looking very, very good for these defenders. It's Jamal and Juxi left all alone. Of course, the new Amaru buff makes her more viable. This time, was that a... Okay, it wasn't. I thought I saw a pistol by Apollo. The teabag and the shots to the head, sorry, leaves Juxi in a 1v5. He is definitely a clutch player, as all I have to do is mention that cafe clutch, and most people know what I mean. So it's definitely possible for him to do it. However, is he just going to wait for 2 minutes? He may. Actually, he's just broken the window there. So is he trying to bait some players towards him? So nobody just seems really bothered. They're all just sort of chilling on site. And by nobody, I mean Urbvn. Actually, I say that Apollo's just waiting for anybody. He's on cams, actually, but his position is waiting for anybody to push up main stairs after they get that diffuser, which Zico kindly... actually, it wasn't even picked up as Juxi finds Apollo. Did Juxi walk in or did Apollo rotate? Apollo rotated. I thought Manny had picked up the diffuser. He hadn't. It's still outside. So, Fergal, Priya, Red, all looking at that one doorway. Zico looking for a potential drop up through the hatch, going up main stairs. They know he doesn't have diffuser. Well, they may know. Oh, okay. Zico decides to charge him in. And I only see Urbvn losing this if they all feed him. Now, we see the smokes coming out a bit early, however, especially as now you've only got 1 left. You can just lock down the position, especially as he doesn't have diffuser, as Red is the one holding Aqua now.
Defender is approaching a kill zone.
They are just going to wait. They know the diffuser's been dropped, sorry.
15 seconds
No,
left.
they don't. Well, they might know, that's what I mean to say. Juxi's going to come up Cool Vibes stairs, and that he may be able to net a few kills. Gonna trigger that barbed wire. Fergal's just gonna watch now. Actually, no, nobody's gonna watch. As Juxi, sorry, gets up the stairs, and the Urbvn win on time. And if they win this next round, not only do they take the game and the map, they win 4 rounds in a row, and from a 5-3 losing round score, they would take it up to a 7-5 victory. We are going to see Kitchen Service be the last site of regular play. I've got to say 7-5 is not too bad for a scrim between 2 teams. Yeah, Techno, I saw that message. Zico going to be on that mirror this time. 6th picked, of course, back onto Mozzie. His rounds of Mozzie have been very, very strong, and Manny's gone Ying. Or is he waiting to confirm? Nope, he has gone Ying. We'll see if they try to recreate their rush strat that worked out so well last time. To be fair, if Urbvn went pen, they could have really thrown off Dadless. Even though it is such an awful, awful sight. Of course, it's bad. Basically because you are forced to play in confined places, because default plant either here or behind the bed here, which is directly above Apollo. As Red is reinforcing pen, you are forced to actually have to play inside behind this couch, and you know somebody's going to drop from hatchet to bathroom late round. So it's just really not a site you want to play. These are some interesting reinforcements, I do have to say. As this wall's been reinforced on the other side, okay. Do we see a rush strat? We see 4 members of that. 5. Once I see Jamal. Ooh, Apollo could get a worldie on a few kills. Actually, no, they repel above. And Zico fires some bullets. Now they know roughly where he is. That's that Capital, but he repeaks it. However, Ying wastes a Candela there. I'm not sure that was the wise decision, as Skyfaller on that defuse will the defuse will carry. As Red takes down Jamal. I've got to say, as I've said multiple times, Skyfaller is definitely my MVP for Dadless. He's been so very, very strong, as Apollo now finds the kill onto Leon. The Zafia's gone down, and what's worse, Apollo knows that Skyfaller's there, but does he see? No, he doesn't. Skyfaller gets that kill onto Apollo, bringing it back to a 3v3. And that's actually Manny dropping. Fireball getting used fairly early. So Red's actually still roaming. He could, if he jumps over, he'd get a very nice kill. And that is Juxi in Sunrise. The attackers are very, very split, and Priya can just wait for the push from Manny. Don't. Okay, he has. I was going to say he shouldn't have used his smoke. Red causing more issues, as Fergal with the pre-firing as well. They found the diffusers. Is that a Ying in sight? It is Ying in sight. And he's going to find Fergal because they weren't looking the right way. Can he find that kill onto smoke? He can. And Red is left in a 1v3 with the plant. And he is going to go down. We are going to overtime. As Dadless win a scruffy round that they really shouldn't have after Urbvn sort of fell apart. So, overtime. That means that Urbvn are defending first. So where are they going to hold? It's going to be double bar. They're going to bring the Ying again. This is going to looking like a rush. Not really a surprise, but Leon actually 6 picks back to Sophia. So an identical lineup to what they brought last time. So we have a look at the leaderboard after regular play. Juxi going 12 and 9, Apollo going 11 and 9. So definitely those 2 players do not need to be disappointed. Leon and Skyfall are the only other 2 players in the double digits. And I've got to say, Skyfall at top of that team, that doesn't surprise me as he's clutched so many rounds with Dadless now. So we are back to double bar in overtime. And Priya is just going to do what he did before. He's going to hope that they all just ignore him again. As he was just sat behind bar, got Leon on the Capital, and then got Juxi on the Hibana, or Skyfall on the Hibana, I can't remember which one was playing it. They went for default. Thank you all for continuing to watch, even though it's been 130 minutes.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So, been live for over 2 hours, so as that is Apollo going for a spawn peek, and don't mind if I do, nobody spawned there.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
As Zico is going to be the one to look for anybody nearby. However, this is going to be a top floor clear. But no defenders are up there. See, 2 in sight, and Apollo, Red, and Zico are doing standard positions, but Zico finds the opening pick again. Definitely been working, but definitely, I mean, been putting absolute work on this Mozzie, I'm trying to say. Manny's already used one of his Yin Candelas, didn't even flash the Mozzie of Zico. So Apollo, Priya and Fergal just literally going to wait now. As Fergal just going to fire a few shots. They hear the Hibana. Smoke grenade, it is great smoke grenade. Juxi doesn't have the diffuser, it's in the hands of Jamor. As a Yin Candela goes out and smoke gives his position away. It's now 4v4. It's now we're going to see the collapse onto site. However, cross angles exist. Zico with his double for the round. He's got the diffuser down. That player's going to run past him. Can he grind the kill? He can't. However, they don't have diffuser. He knows that. Manny gets that kill onto Fergal. And Apollo goes down as well. It's now a 3v2, having no diffuser in the hands of Dadless. Red lights up the player of Manny as Zico finds a triple for the round. The drone gets destroyed and the pre-fire comes in from Manny. Red is going to steal that ace. He's going to go for the goose. Zico going to look for a 4K. Definitely been the man of the hour for this round for Urbvn. Now it's all left up to Juxi, but Juxi actually finds that kill. Does he see the Mozzie? He does. However, neither finding their target. Juxi's on below half health.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
But they know he's now got diffuser. Do they know he's in out of sight? As Manny finally bleeds out onto the floor. As Juxi now going to be able to plant default.
Attackers are activating the diffuser.
As Zico sees
the
Hibana run out. C4 gets thrown. Does it find anything? No, it lights up Juxi even more. And now they're going to run in. And Zico with the quad. My, he was on fire that round. And Urbvn go to match point. It's Dadless' turn to defend.
Defender mission successful.
But say, fair play to Zico. Putting in the work, going 13 and 10, KD of 1.3, something he's going to be happy about. Red definitely improving. He's going 10 and 11, still negative, but not nearly as bad as going 2 and 7. Juxi though going 14 and 10, highest KD in the game, KD of 1.4. So we will see Kitchen from the side of Dadless. As we are on overtime match point, Jamor brings the mirror. Does he sick pick? That is the question. Red goes onto the Monty. It's not worked out too well so far. So we'll see how it works this time. Third time's the charm. So I think it is the third time with them bringing it. This mirror is still being wrought by Jamor.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Excuse me. So mirrors, you might see one on this wall here.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Mirrors not commonly played on this site. She's only really bought for Penthouse where you put them on these two walls. And Oh. That is perfect timing. Huh. Well, I guess Dadless have some sort of strats. Cobra saying they didn't a while ago, I believe.
10 seconds to insertion.
As Jamal there places a mirror and just leaves it up there. So, interesting choice. Nobody's going to use it. What was the point? You might as well bring a Goya where your gadget's a bit more useful on this site. We are going to see one on this wall. Okay, I expected that. Not like this one is going to really affect anything unless they go for a clear. As Apollo's droning and Fergal is too. We're going to see that the Jaeger of Skyfaller is still there. Fergal going to drone once again, and Skyfaller still just waiting for the drones. And he's going to get killed while trying to peek the barricade. Apollo with an accidental kill, but a welcome one for Urbvn, as they take the man advantage already. However, somebody is playing very close. Red gets the kill onto Jamal. Who's that playing super close? It's Manny. Priya goes down to Leon, however. And now the pistol is out from the Ella. Finds 2 bullets onto Fergal and runs back in. But in the reload animation, Apollo with a double kill does in fact probably go down to Juxi. However, actually he doesn't. Juxi misses the bullets and he's just being shot through the wall. Fergal could plant, but Leon gets the kill onto him. That could be a very crucial kill now, as he's just crouching and trying to avoid everything. He's gonna get meleeed by Red. The plant here will basically finish off the round, as the SMG-11 can't do much. Juxi's been on fire so far, however I don't think he'll be able to clutch this one out. The fuse is down, he's got his smokes, however not on site with the SMG-11. And this is looking like an Urbvn round. Jamal thinks so as well, he leaves. And now Red on that Monty, just could be annoying. And out comes the pistol, can he find the kill? Yes he can. Urbvn win 8-6 overtime on their map pick. And they will definitely be happy with a 2-0 win. Winning 8-6 on the second map, 7-5 on the other one. GG's all round, great work from both teams. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a follow. I'm currently trying to get affiliated, so any help will be greatly appreciated. If you follow me on Twitter at DylanC14, capital I, not lowercase l, you'll get notifications of when I go live a few hours before. And then I'm also on YouTube, where I upload any VODs from past streams, being on my YouTube channel, TinnyPath space TBM. So I want to thank you all for joining. Thank you Urbvn and Dadless for putting on a great show. I'm not sure how much of that was Sam bagging, as I see Apollo's back in chat. Congratulations to the side of Urbvn. Once again, thank you all for watching. Feel free to drop a follow.